Have you ever looked at an elderly person and wondered how some of them move so gracefully, while others struggle to even stand up without pain? What if I told you that the secret to reversing muscle loss and feeling youthful again lies in something as simple as sitting on a chair? That's right. Today, we're diving into the life-changing 8-step chair yoga routine inspired by Japan's oldest and most respected doctor, Dr. Shigeaki, who lived actively and vibrantly until the age of 105, and he believed, with all his heart, that age doesn't have to mean weakness or decline. It's all about how you move your body and feed your spirit. Movement is truly the body's most powerful form of medicine. It's the one thing that can slow, stop, and even reverse the effects of aging when practiced consistently and mindfully. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that often begins quietly in midlife, is not something that simply happens because of time passing. It happens because our muscles stop receiving the signals they need to stay strong. When we stop using certain muscles, our body interprets that as a message that strength is no longer necessary, and it begins to conserve energy by breaking muscle tissue down. But the moment you decide to move again, even in the gentlest ways, that message changes completely. Your body begins producing growth factors, rebuilding muscle fibers, reactivating circulation, and restoring the communication between your brain and your muscles that keeps you balanced and capable. Dr. Shigeaki, Japan's oldest and most respected physician, understood this truth better than anyone. He lived his life as proof that age doesn't have to mean decline. He used to say that people grow old because they stop moving, not the other way around. Movement, he believed, is what keeps the heart youthful, the joints flexible, and the mind alert. His daily routine included walking, gentle stretching, and constant activity. He never took elevators, choosing stairs even in his hundreds. This wasn't about burning calories or building muscles in a gym. It was about sending a signal of life to every part of the body. When your muscles contract, they release beneficial chemicals that improve your metabolism, support your immune system, and even boost your brain health. Every small movement creates a ripple of rejuvenation inside you. What makes chair yoga so remarkable is that it brings the healing power of movement to everyone, regardless of age, mobility, or physical limitations. For those who think they're too old or too stiff to exercise, this gentle practice becomes the doorway back to vitality. It can be done from the comfort of a chair, yet it engages every part of your body, from your breathing to your posture to your coordination. The slow, controlled movements of chair yoga stimulate circulation, activate core and leg muscles, and promote better balance. The deep breathing oxygenates your cells and helps clear mental fog, while the rhythm of each motion calms the nervous system. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency and awareness. When practiced regularly, even for just a few minutes a day, these movements reverse the very mechanisms of sarcopenia. The muscles that once felt weak begin to firm up, balance improves, and everyday tasks become easier again. You start to feel energy returning, not from pills or supplements, but from within. The stiffness in your shoulders eases, your steps become lighter, and a sense of vitality slowly reawakens. The body loves to move, and it responds generously when given the chance. Movement is not punishment, it's communication. Each stretch, each breath, each lift of the arm tells your body that it's still needed, still capable, still alive. That's the magic of movement. It teaches your body to believe in its strength again. The 8-step chair yoga flow is designed to gently restore strength, flexibility, and balance, the 3 pillars of physical independence that often decline with age. Each movement in this routine serves a specific purpose, and together they create a harmony between body and mind that encourages healing and rejuvenation. It begins with something as simple as breathing deep. Mindful breathing increases oxygen flow to every cell, awakening the body's energy systems and preparing the muscles for movement. This is the foundation of vitality. Oxygen feeds your muscles, nourishes your brain, and clears away the fog that fatigue and inactivity often bring. When you inhale deeply and move your body at the same time, you're signaling your nervous system to shift from a state of tension to one of renewal. Then comes the upper body activation, the shoulder rolls and arm movements that release tension and restore circulation to areas that often become stiff from years of sitting or inactivity. These gentle rotations loosen tight muscles and encourage mobility in the neck and spine, improving posture and relieving discomfort that can accumulate over time. As you move your shoulders in slow, circular motions, you may notice warmth spreading through your upper body. That's your blood flow improving, your tissues rehydrating, and your muscles remembering what it feels like to move freely again. When you transition into poses like the seated mountain and gentle twists, you're not just stretching, you're rebuilding your body's internal stability system. These movements awaken your core muscles, the deep stabilizers that support your spine and balance. When the core becomes active again, everything from standing up to walking becomes easier and safer. The twists, meanwhile, massage your organs, stimulate digestion, and release stiffness from your midsection. Each small rotation teaches your body to stay flexible, reminding it that movement should feel fluid, not forced. The leg raises and seated marching steps are where strength begins to return. These movements engage the thighs, hips, and calves, the largest and most important muscle groups for maintaining independence. With each lift, you're retraining the brain-muscle connection that helps you stay steady on your feet. Over time, this reduces the risk of falls, improves mobility, and brings a sense of confidence back to your movements. Even though these exercises are simple, they're incredibly effective because they target the muscles that weaken most quickly with age. What ties all these movements together is mindfulness, the awareness of how your body feels, how your breath flows, and how energy moves through you. The beauty of chair yoga lies in its adaptability. It allows you to move without strain or fear. You begin to notice subtle shifts, tension leaving your shoulders, stiffness easing in your knees, your spine growing taller, your breathing becoming deeper. With every session, you're not only strengthening muscles, but also restoring balance to your nervous system and peace to your mind. The flow of movement reconnects you to your body, reminding you that strength and flexibility don't fade with time. They return with attention and care. Aging gracefully isn't about stopping time. It's about learning to move in harmony with it. The real secret to longevity lies in moving mindfully, being present in every breath, every stretch, every small motion your body makes. When you move without rushing, you begin to feel the intricate relationship between your muscles, joints, and breath. This awareness brings balance and coordination back into your body, something that often fades with age, not because of weakness, but because of disconnection. Chair yoga teaches you to slow down, to listen to your body's signals, and to rebuild that connection gently. As you move through each motion, you're not just exercising, you're creating a dialogue with your body, one that says, "I'm here, I'm listening, and I care." Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara often spoke about the beauty of living lightly, physically and emotionally. He believed that the more we overthink aging, the heavier our bodies become. Mindful movement lightens that weight. It teaches you to release unnecessary tension, to soften where you've been rigid, and to find comfort even in stillness. When you move mindfully, every gesture becomes purposeful. You begin to notice how your shoulders drop when you exhale deeply, how your spine elongates when you sit tall, how your feet root firmly to the ground when you focus on your balance. These small realizations rewire your brain to move more efficiently, improving coordination and stability without effort. Mindfulness also transforms the emotional experience of movement. Instead of seeing exercise as a chore or an obligation, It becomes an act of self-respect. You're not punishing your body for aging. You're honoring it for everything it's carried you through. With every stretch and twist, you cultivate patience and gratitude. You stop comparing yourself to the younger version of you or anyone else. You begin to appreciate what your body can do now, in this moment, and that mindset shift alone has the power to rejuvenate you. When your mind relaxes, your muscles follow. The body performs better when it feels safe and appreciated, not judged or forced. Another beauty of mindful movement is how it strengthens not only muscles but also focus and emotional calm. As you synchronize breath with motion, your heart rate steadies, your mind quiets, and your stress hormones begin to drop. This creates a sense of inner balance, a calm alertness that keeps you centered throughout the day. Many seniors who practice chair yoga notice that they feel less anxious, sleep better, and carry a lighter spirit because their body and mind are working together instead of in conflict. Movement becomes a meditation, and every gentle motion is an invitation to return to yourself. This is what Dr. Hinohara meant by graceful aging. It's not about resisting time, but about flowing with it, allowing your movements to be slow yet strong, deliberate yet free. Mindful motion reminds you that youth isn't a number, it's a state of awareness. When you move consciously, you awaken the energy that keeps you alive, centered, and connected. No matter how many years you've lived, a healthy body doesn't begin in the muscles or the bones, it begins in the heart. And gratitude is the energy that keeps that heart young. When you practice the final step of the chair yoga routine, the gratitude stretch, you're doing far more than moving your arms. You're opening your chest, releasing emotional tension, and sending a message to your nervous system that it's safe to relax and receive. This act of opening up physically mirrors an opening of the mind and spirit. Gratitude is a powerful biological signal. It releases dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals that lift your mood and promote healing. When you express gratitude toward your body, you are literally changing its chemistry, shifting it from a state of stress to a state of growth and restoration. Many people grow older carrying years of frustration with their bodies. Frustration about stiffness, about pain, about lost strength or appearance. But what we often forget is that this same body has carried us through decades of life. It has healed wounds, survived sickness, and endured countless challenges. Gratitude turns that frustration into respect. When you move your arms wide, breathe deeply, and silently thank your body for what it still can do, you unlock emotional energy that has been trapped in tension and self-criticism. You stop fighting against your body and start cooperating with it. That shift alone can make movements feel lighter, smoother, and more natural. Dr. Hinohara often reminded his patients that health is not just about what we eat or how we move. It's also about what we think and feel. A grateful heart sends calming signals throughout the body. It lowers blood pressure, relaxes muscle tension, and improves immune response. When you sit in gratitude, your body begins to operate in harmony again. The stress hormones that accelerate aging start to drop, and healing hormones rise. It's the difference between living in a body that feels like a battlefield and one that feels like home. That's why the gratitude stretch isn't just a closing move, it's the emotional core of the entire practice. It ties together the physical strength you've rebuilt and the peace you've cultivated through mindful movement. Gratitude also shifts your focus from what's lost to what remains. Instead of mourning the flexibility or speed of your younger years, you start celebrating the wisdom, awareness, and resilience that only come with age. You realize that movement is not about performing perfectly, it's about honoring your capacity to move at all. This change in perspective encourages consistency, because when movement comes from appreciation instead of frustration, it becomes something you look forward to rather than something you avoid. When you combine gratitude with breath and movement, you create a feedback loop of healing. The more thankful you feel, the more your body relaxes. The more it relaxes, the easier it is to move. The more you move, the stronger and more vibrant you become. Gratitude transforms exercise from an effort into an act of love. It's no longer about fixing your body. It's about cherishing it. Every time you stretch your arms and smile with appreciation, you strengthen not only your muscles but your spirit. You remember that the body is not your enemy but your lifelong companion, deserving of kindness, patience, and respect. True transformation happens quietly through the daily rhythm of small, consistent actions. It's not a sudden burst of motivation or a single workout that changes your health. It's the commitment to keep showing up even on the days when you don't feel like it. Consistency is what teaches your body to trust you again. Every time you repeat a movement, breathe with awareness, or sit tall in your chair, you're building a foundation of strength and stability that compounds over time. It's like planting a seed. One session may not show results immediately, but beneath the surface, your muscles are responding, your circulation is improving, and your nervous system is adapting. The key is patience and faith in the process. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara's long life was living proof of this principle. He didn't rely on drastic changes or intense workouts. Instead, he believed in the quiet power of daily habits. He walked, he worked, he moved with purpose every single day. His philosophy was simple: move a little, smile often, and keep helping others. This consistency gave his life structure and meaning, and that meaning gave him energy. When your daily actions align with purpose, your body finds strength in them. Even simple movements, when done with intention, have the power to reverse years of decline. Each day you repeat the chair yoga routine, your muscles remember a little more, your balance steadies a little longer, and your breathing deepens a little further. Purpose is the fire that fuels consistency. Without purpose, habits fade. With purpose, even the smallest effort feels meaningful. When you know why you're moving, to stay independent, to feel stronger, to enjoy time with your loved ones, to live pain-free. Every stretch and every breath carries a sense of importance. You stop seeing it as exercise and start seeing it as self-respect. Dr. Hinohara encouraged people to wake up every morning with a reason to get out of bed, something that made their heart beat a little faster. That sense of purpose keeps the body alive. It drives you to take care of yourself, not because you have to, but because you want to live fully and gracefully. Longevity isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. When you commit to consistency, your body responds by giving you back more energy, more clarity, more stability. Over time, you'll notice that tasks that once felt difficult become effortless. You'll walk taller, breathe deeper, and feel lighter. That's the reward for patience. The realization that your effort is never wasted. Every day you practice, your body is rebuilding itself, one cell, one breath, one movement at a time. There will be days when you feel tired or unmotivated, and that's when your purpose matters most. Even doing just 1 or 2 movements is enough to keep the momentum alive. Consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about listening to your body, honoring what it needs, and continuing to move forward. Over time, the discipline of showing up becomes effortless, and the rewards begin to show: stronger muscles, steadier balance, calmer thoughts, and a renewed joy in living. This is how purpose and consistency create longevity, through small, intentional steps repeated with love and commitment, until movement becomes not just a routine, but a way of life.